You are watching an episode in our Landlording A to Z series, where we walk you through the steps, skills, and challenges involved with residential rental real estate investing. We share our expert advice, including the tips, tricks, and strategies we've learned over years of managing rental property. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified each time a new episode comes out, and please like and share our content with people you know who might be interested. Thanks for watching.
Hello, I'm Eli. That's Chris. We are Landlord Gurus. And today we are putting the next installment in our Landlording A to Z series that we've been working on. This is episode 21. And we have taken you all the way from deciding whether or not to purchase a property through choosing it, selecting tenants, advertising, collecting rent, all the steps along the way, all the common topics that we run into as property managers and landlords. So today we're going to answer the question, what are the best ways for landlords to bill tenants separately for utilities? I'll pause here for just a second. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel and share if you know anybody else who might be interested. If you subscribe, you'll get the alerts when the next episodes come out. Okay, so as we all know, the cost of utilities can make or break the financial viability and success of pretty well any rental property. Smart landlords look at utility structure and costs when they're evaluating a property before they buy it, and also how it's set up to share those costs, to bill those costs. Are there utilities in place and that type of thing? Large lawns and pools, for example, are red flags for a lot of landlords. They'll stay away from properties that have costly features like that. And if electricity or gas comes into a building on one central service, it's very difficult to fairly divide up and bill out those costs to the tenants. All of this will vary based on the type of the building, obviously. What we're talking about here today mostly relates to multifamily buildings. Single-family houses are much easier because you can require tenants to put each of the utilities accounts into their own names and pay directly.
Yeah, exactly. So there are several effective methods landlords can use to bill tenants separately for their utility expenses. So we'll talk about some of those here. The main things to keep in mind are that the method that you choose, whatever method you choose, should be fair, simple, and easy to administer. So here are the most common ways of separating utility costs in rental property. The first one is individual meters. So you can install separate meters for each unit to track individual usage for each unit. This is the simplest and easiest method as far as billing goes because tenants will pay the utility directly for their usage. But obviously it can be cost prohibitive to retrofit a building with separate meters for each unit. So many multifamily buildings have electricity and gas meters for each unit. And when that is the case, a lot of investors really like to see that. But often, seeing water metered separately is much less common. Another method is called the ratio utility billing system, otherwise known as RUBS, RUBS. You'll see that. This method allocates utility costs based on a formula that considers factors like the number of occupants or the square footage of each unit. And for heating and lighting energy usage, a square footage methodology might be best, but for water usage per person calculation is probably more fair. So just don't want to rub somebody in the wrong way.
Oh boy. Yeah, you can get trouble. Okay, so another method of billing utilities is submetering. And it can be done for pretty well any type of utility. It's similar to individual meters, but they are not directly from the utility. And it involves installing separate aftermarket utilities for each unit where the landlord continues to receive the main utility bill, but then bills each tenant based on their sub-meter readings per month or per quarter. I do this where a few commercial spaces share an electrical service, for example, which works fine because accounting and billing can be done quarterly. We're not talking about things that need to be done on the first of each month, for example. With residential tenants, you'll want to bill monthly because that's how people are used to paying for their utilities. And that increases the urgency, of getting it done on time and the amount of time it takes to manage that process. So I think it's a better usage for scenarios that are a little bit more flexible. There's also the flat fee, a way of billing for utilities, which is where you charge a fixed monthly fee for a utility or utilities. This method is simple, but it may not reflect the actual specific usage of whatever commodity you're talking about, and it can potentially lead to overuse, underuse, or unfairness. This is how I treat water. However, in all of my rentals, it's water, sewer, and garbage, which actually here in Seattle is all billed together. In another property outside of Seattle, water and sewer are together, but garbage is separate. In both cases, I charge a flat fee to cover these, which in practice is less than what I actually pay to the utilities, both because it's unethical to make money on utilities, and it's also illegal, at least here in Seattle, and I think probably in most cases. So
Exactly.
it violates the "is it fair" guidelines. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then another method is the utility allowance. So in this case, you'll include an estimated utility cost in the rent, just directly, and adjust it periodically based on actual usage. So in effect, you're setting a flat fee, but just it's part of the rent cost. So this can simplify billing, but requires regular adjustments just to ensure fairness, and you're sort of at the whim of market rents as well. So you could also use a third-party billing service that will handle utility billing for you. They'll manage the billing process, ensures accuracy, and also compliance with all the local regulations.
Right, having to do with billing and accurate measurements and timeliness and all that type of thing. A lot of those services will actually come in and install the meters themselves. In practice, I think that for smaller or independent landlords and rental properties, that it's probably a fairly cost prohibitive way of going. So I think it probably eat a lot of your revenue just in the fee. Okay, so just as our takeaway on billing tenants for utility usage, just again, make sure to be clear when you're communicating with your tenants about how you're going to be billing them, how how much they're using, or whether or not it's just a flat fee, and choose a solution that is simple, fair, and easy to manage, and make sure to know what the local laws are as well, so that you stay abreast of those. That's all we've got today on utilities. Thanks for watching, and we hope that you'll like, subscribe, and share. Come back and see us for prior videos we've done or subsequent ones. So thanks again for watching.
Thanks, everyone.